All right, so chances are you might be looking at this photo and thinking something is wrong, but it isn't that the teeth aren't straight, right? And it isn't that they aren't bright enough, right? So today I'm going to show you exactly what to look for in your next smile makeover, starting with a key component of what can take a smile like this that's good and make it something that's fantastic. Let's get into it. Dr. Rouse here, and welcome to the channel where we try to demystify dentistry using technology. And so for the past 15 years creating custom-made smile makeovers with dental veneers, I have found that some patients have straight teeth, but they want something fixed about their appearance. They don't know what it is about their smile that they want corrected. They just think it feels off. And usually they'll say it's from the side. They'll usually say, hey, when I turn, people are saying that my teeth look a little different and I want them fixed up. And so today I'm going to show you exactly what can correct this and how we do it with dental veneers when we plan. And it's called inclination. So let's get into it. All right, so what do we mean by inclination? What do we mean by tooth angle? Basically, it is the reference of when you look at someone from the side, the tip of their nose to their chin. And if you look at somebody on their profile, you look at the teeth in relationship to that. So again, the teeth in relationship to the face, and you want to make sure those things line up. So if the tooth appears to be too flared out, or if from the front it appears that the teeth are too flared out to the sides, then it gives you sort of that reverse triangle effect like this. And we always want the teeth to be nice and tucked in, basically. It's that look of getting the teeth to look like they have a slight tucked in effect is what I call it. And if anything, you want the front four teeth to look more straight up and down. And then starting at the canines and back, it just looks better. It looks great. So what we're going to do today is show you how I do that in the Smile Design software with an example. Show you what the before and after can sort of look like there, and how we design it into the smile for the temporaries, and then for the final veneer restorations themselves. So let's show you that example now. All right, and so let's jump into the design studio here where we can see an example here of, in gray, the natural teeth that the patient walked in with, and they are more a little bit, especially those front teeth, a little bit of a flared angle, a little bit out to the sides. How can we correct that type of thing with veneers? And so let's take a look at how we can get the inclination of the teeth to not be flared out, but more up and down for the front four teeth. And then, like we talked about, slightly tucked in on the canine and back. And so let's take a look here. So if you look and we'll toggle on and off, natural teeth, and then in white will be the veneers. So let's take a look here. We've got in gray. Let's toggle off the veneers. And then if we toggle them on, you can see that it makes a huge difference. And this is not the same thing as the length of the veneers, anything to do with the shade. But look at how much of a difference it makes when you have the angle of the canine and back tucked in, slightly at an angle tucked in towards the tongue, so that the point of each tooth is slightly tucked in. And then if the front four teeth are almost just more straight up and down, you don't want them at all to be pointed out towards the person you're talking to. If anything, you want them to be straight up and down so that we don't have any flared look. And that is one of the biggest ways that we can correct this before we ever start the case. So the point of this is to correct this before we ever do the temporaries, and definitely before we ever submit the final restorations. We already know, what we're going to have to do to the teeth before we even start. So it's really powerful to be able to have design software like this. And if you're the person doing it, if you're the person doing the design, and then you're the person who's doing the case itself, it's a great roadmap for me mentally to be able to see exactly what we're going to have to do to the teeth in order to get the effect of the veneers at the end. And it's also a great way to create some customization exactly for that person's face. As we all know, certain people have much more of an angular look to them, other people don't. And I mean, these are all things that you can really start to look at when you're out there in public. Just taking a look at people who have veneers or maybe have a great just looking smile. And the angles of the teeth are very, very important. So definitely an overlooked characteristic. And that is it. So the inclination of the dental veneers and the smile may seem like a small detail, but I hope you've seen today that they play a huge, powerful part in how a smile can go from looking really good to classic and personalized just for you in the design part of the process and how important that really is. So if you are interested in seeing all of the criteria that I use whenever I design a smile, please feel free to click on the free ebook link that I have below for dental veneers, and you can learn more and see a checklist of everything to look for in your next smile makeover. If you are able to, please like and subscribe these videos. Leave us any questions or other video suggestions for what you would love to see more about. We'd be more than happy to do that. And we have an entire series here that we would love to see you join us in that next video and keep up with all the different things here to look for in your next smile makeover. I'm very excited for you if you are thinking about getting your smile redone. And until then, keep smiling.